You apply for dozens of jobs since you arrived in Australia. Finally, you receive a phone interview and they ask, do you have local experience? You struggle to answer the question, and after the interview, you receive a rejection email with the reason lack of local experience. So how to overcome that? Hi everyone, how are you doing? I'm Thea from acejob.com.au. I help skilled migrants and international students get jobs and live a better life. If you're new to the channel, acejob.com.au provides you with strategies and tips to get jobs in Australia in the shortest time. So make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you will be notified whenever I upload new video every week. You received the lack of local experience reason in the rejection email, not only once, but several times. But that is still a better version of the story when your application is qualified to pass on the screening rounds to reach the phone interview. In a not so good scenario, what you receive is just silence, and you don't know why. You don't receive any interview invitation, even though you have applied to hundreds of jobs. You may wonder, how can I get a job without local experience? But how can I get local experience without a job? Does it sound like a catch-22? You may feel it's unfair because it doesn't represent correctly who you are or what you're capable of. But you're not alone. It's the reality that many job seekers from overseas are facing when they look for jobs in Australia. Despite more than 10 years of experience from overseas, they still struggle to get a job here. But the good news is, it's not impossible to overcome. So make sure you continue watching this video and check out these following tips for solutions. But first, what is local experience? If your work requires local knowledge of the system such as sales, marketing, accounting, finance, tax, etc., local experience means you should have a pretty good understanding of the law, regulation, practices, market, competitors, etc. to perform your job. A hiring manager shows their concerns about local experience as they're afraid you are not properly equipped to deliver your task. But is it the real reason in all cases? If your work doesn't require a deep local knowledge and runs mainly on universal experience and transferable skills like IT, it may imply other reasons behind. In general, Australians prefer to avoid confrontation and not deliver potentially hurtful feedbacks, so lack of local experience may be used as a milder excuse for not getting the job. A more straightforward answer could be your English communication skills. The hiring manager can gauge it even from your application through the spelling and grammar mistakes, the expressions that you use, the way that you write your resume and cover letter, or the non-Australian structures. In a phone interview, they can recognize immediately whether you have an accent. Your communication is hard to understand. You sound different with your resume. Your answers are not persuasive, or you cannot convince the hiring manager that you are technically capable of doing the job. Another reason could be a lack of cultural awareness. You may have a limited understanding of the local culture, work culture, phone etiquette, interview etiquette, and so on. When the interviewer doesn't feel warm talking with you in the phone interview, they may have a concern that you won't get along well with your team members or other colleagues if you get a job. So how to overcome these concerns? Tip number 1, ensure you have a first-class application. To have a phone interview, your application needs to pass the first few screening rounds by the applicant tracking system and the recruiter. You need to make sure your resume is written with an Australian style, zero spelling and grammar mistakes, customized to each job you apply. Your responsibilities and experience can fully back you up for your technical experience and skills. In other words, you need to prove that your current experience is relevant to the job you apply. You are fully capable of doing the job and deliver results. On the other hand, you also need to have a highly targeted cover letter that is fully tailored to the job you apply, remarkable to catch the hiring manager's attention immediately, and cleverly complement your resume to prove that you are the right candidate for the job. It sounds demanding, but this is the most vital step to make sure that you can progress further into the inner rounds of the phone and face-to-face interviews. It's also a smart idea to hire a professional coach if you're not confident about your English, about the Australian style application, or how to make your application relevant and outstanding to beat the machine and beat the fierce competition. Now, talking about how to write a killer resume, I have made these two videos right here in which I give you a lot of strategies and tips to write an impressive resume to catch the hiring manager's attention immediately and land a job interview. So after this video, make sure that you check out these two videos right here. Tip number 2, improve your English communication skills. If you're from overseas and especially you grew up studying American English, then Australian English may be hard for you to understand at first. Australian English is different with American English and British English. Moreover, there are different Australian accents. Some are easy, but some are hard to understand for foreigners. An interview may not end well if you can't understand the questions they are asking you, or you can't answer persuasively the questions to prove that you have the right experience and skills. You can take advantage of the government support on English communication skills. They offer a adult migrant English program to permanent residents and temporary residents as well. It provides up to 510 hours of English language tuition. You can choose different options of going to a class or learning at home with a tutor or e-learning. Especially, they have a pre-employment English stream, which is very helpful to job seekers. Now, if you're someone who's struggling to get a job in Australia because you don't have local experience, feel free to head over to my website at acejob.com.au/contact us. Send me your resume from that page so I can give you a free resume assessment and we can talk about the strategies, how I can help you get employment in Australia. In this video, I have been talking about the first 2 tips, how to get a job in Australia with no local experience. I still have a lot more tips to share with you. So if you are interested in learning about them, make sure that you hit that notification bell because in the next video, I'm going to share with you more powerful tips how to get a job in Australia without local experience. Now make sure that you hit that notification bell. In the meantime, while you wait for that video to come out, I highly recommend those 2 videos for you right here. I talk a lot about strategies and tips to get a job in Australia. So if you are interested in learning about them, make sure that you check out these 2 videos right here. Thank you so much for watching the full video. I hope this information is helpful to you guys. Good luck with your job hunting and I will see you in the next video.